3. We've got ignition. 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. We've got RIP takeoff. Welcome to another edition of Woo Self Love Show. Self Love Vision. So today's topic is surviving the migrant crisis, asylum or invasion. This is 2.0. Y'all know we visited this topic, so this is merely an update. If you guys can go ahead and take this time to like, share, and repost, we definitely appreciate you doing that. Let's get it on Twitter, Twitch, X, whatever, Reddit, whatever y'all can think of. Let's get the hacks on Reddit out here. All right, Chi-Town. We are ready. When you are, you guys please like, share, subscribe. Show starts at 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. This is the Self Love Show. Surviving the migrant crisis at the end. Asylum.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying all the way through the show to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child. For said the Master, in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Love Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
Right.
Brother,
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it.
That's
I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother, between us. Tori made me at Beta. And so, he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah.
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Love Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man.
It's apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Noop, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You couldn't handle the truth. You couldn't handle the truth. Truth is subjective, relative. Blue pill, red pill. Right, you can go ahead and kill that there, Chi-Town. Big ups to our production staff out there. I mean, it's nothing more we could say. You know, another week in the game. You know what I mean? And it's the Self Love Show. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, or TATN. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. All praise due to the ancestors, the Most High, and last but not least, my beloved late Mama Sky. One love. In this episode, we are unraveling the complexities of the migrant crisis, a humanitarian challenge that has sparked global debate. It's not just happening here in these United States. Something going on the internet. It's the Self Luv Show. Just like, flash mob. Or is it a desperate plea for asylum or a perceived invasion? Join us as we explore the fine line between seeking refuge and the struggle for acceptance, shedding light on the stories that need to be heard and discussions that need to be had. So tune in as we attempt to bring empathy and insight to this conversation. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the Revolution. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live in living color, and today is Tuesday, 3/26/2024, at approximately 7:57 in Chicago. As always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. That's right. Here together. Chi-Town. What down. Brother Wordsmith, what you manifesting today?
Love, 9. You know me. I'm manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Absolutely, good brother. Pure, magnificent, unfiltered, unfettered. Some say harsh. Some will tell you it's tough. But I can assure you, self-love just the same, good brother.
No doubt.
All right. So, yeah, bro. So, what to expect? the Self Love Show quote of the day. Then we have our moral growth and development video, tattoo tyranny, a dome teaser, because your mind's a terrible thing to waste. And then our topic, surviving the migrant crisis out there. Asylum or invasion, unpacked. Phone numbers open, troll free. That number's 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Troll free.
And that's right, 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Absolutely, positively troll free.
Trolls get what?
Holes around here, homie.
Will make you fret.
Famous.
Damn, that's right. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Let's go viral.
Viral. Give me a reason to go viral. All right. That's right. All right, so that phone is pinned in the chat out there. And then we wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's where this brother Wordsmith summarizes and ties everything up in a metaphysical bun. Bit of poetry at the end. Do yourself a huge favor and stick around for that. Okay? It's definitely last but not least. And the topic, surviving the migrant crisis, asylum or invasion. Save your answer. You guys take some time to do the poll on TATN. I'm interested in hearing our brilliant chat. They're getting smarter since we started doing the dome teasers. Think they're processing better stuff since we started the show 4 years ago or so? Think they're smarter?
Definitely.
That's right. 100% smarter. And we're sponsored today by Midwest Fest. Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes.
Mm-hmm. Ancestral Echoes, y'all. Artist formerly known as House Stock. You guys have to understand. This is the second annual shebang. You know what I mean? You come on out there. You know what I mean? Bring your significant others, your dips, your whatever have you. You know what I mean? Come along. You know.
It's gonna be a great time. I promise that part.
Glamping. Someone asked me what exactly is glamping.
It's a glamorous camping.
It's the glamorous life.
Yeah, it's the upscale camping where you're not necessarily intense or such.
We don't need.
Now, we welcome tents and all of that, but there are going to be some RVs. There's going to be some RVs
to wipe our bum with grass. We don't need
campers
to sleep in the grass. We don't need
great time is what it's going to be.
To eat tuna fish.
And the
glamping. We're
glamping. Still early bird special time.
Early bird.
And the website that you go to is in the chat.
In the chat, people. You know what I mean? You get your discounted early. The early boy gets the worm out there.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're gonna have the Self Love Show there. Both hosts will be there, present, God willing. You know. Let's see if we can't figure out how to put some internet out there, and see if we can't do a special edition of the Self Love Show right there from the ancestral village. You know, and see if we can't get this thing worldwide out there. I'm ready. All right, so that's what we're on. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. If there's any migrants out there, if anybody's hosting any migrants out there, we definitely love to hear from you guys, and we could drop the link in the chat. Yeah, we definitely love to hear from you. Yeah. All right, so enough of my babble. I'll go ahead and turn it over to this brother for he can have his business.
Welcome. As always, welcome to the Self Love Show. Today, we're unpacking surviving the migrant crisis. Asylum or invasion? As always, we have a very important video, Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. But prior to that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. No one leaves home unless home is the mouth of a shark. Once again, no one leaves home unless home is the mouth of a shark. Warsan Shire.
Some sort of, was he some sort of migrant?
I don't know what he is. I never heard of him. It's the first time I heard of him. Not yet.
Yeah.
Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. Number 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time.
Yeah, I'm right.
To provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers.
Unfiltered.
Recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
We're closing the gap. We're closing the gap.
There is a lot of reaction to the simultaneous
And
raid on homes in
number
Florida
10
and California.
on the platform is protect our women, children, and self by any and all means necessary. If you missed last week's show out there, we covered why are more foundationally coppered Americans turning to performance-enhancing drugs out there.
Man, it was lots of information. Lots and lots of information. I suggest go and check that out. Check it out.
Yeah, you guys gonna be scrawny and getting your asses kicked. When every other race, they're gonna have their knees on your damn necks.
Nah.
Yeah, they're gonna be all enhanced. You know what I mean? They're gonna have chips in their brains. We've got a normie. We've got a normie over there. They're gonna put their knee around your neck. Mom, oh mom. You know what I mean? Calling for your mom out there. Big ups George Floyd, rest in peace, condolences to his family. But that's my point. You know what I mean? You guys are going to be left behind. Maybe we can have a percentage of coloreds, 13% of your copper coloreds. At least make them super soldiers so we can compete out there. Didn't you see that movie with Michael Jordan when it was a cartoon and he had to save the universe from the aliens? You saw it. You act like you didn't see.
Equalizer. No foot on my neck. That's the equalizer out there. It's not no knee on my neck out there.
Pew, pew. Yeah, they're gonna get those. They're gonna get all those off the street.
Nah, they're not.
All right. But I did think ultimately the chat and most people agree with Brother Wordsmith's position that it's probably not a good idea for the foundationally coppered Americans to delve in. But he's not a scientist. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He's not some sort of naturopath. You know what I'm saying? Some sort of holistic healer. He's never read any books on that. Doesn't have any friends that's come on the show and professionals.
Nah, none.
He's never heard of Dr. Sabi. You know what I mean?
Who?
Yeah. All right, JF1, man. Self, I sat there. Big A sent me a clip on Instagram out there. Mike Tomlin, your brother and my brother, praising JF1. I have watched Dick Nagy, whatever the hell his name is. I have watched our head coach here, the previous offensive coordinator, and even your boy Ryan Post. You guys all support simply because he's black. And I'm telling you, he's drinking Clorox. We just spotted him out right away when he set foot on campus. You're drinking Clorox, you son of a bitch. And he would have played one of those white fraternities.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, of course you don't.
But Michael Tomlin wanted
Now you're gonna act like that
out
don't
of
matter.
college.
But go ahead. Mike Tomlin, what? He's a noob.
He wanted JF1 out of college.
Correct.
He was the number one quarterback on there.
Correct. He said there's a lot of meat left on that bone. He said he's excited. You should have seen the passion in his face. You know how he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson better watch out.
Well, that's what he said. He said he can sit here and he can learn from somebody who studied from a man. He's going to learn from a man who's studied at a high level for 13 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's going to sit back there and learn it from him for about 8 weeks. You know what I mean? I tell you what, Self, we have to put a thing right now. If and when JF1 comes to Chicago or the Bears, because Pittsburgh ain't really too far from Chi. Go to Pittsburgh. We might have to what?
Go out there.
That's right. I'm gonna get a Ryan Post jersey that game.
It's got to be a warm time of year though. They have to schedule. Come on, NFL, you gotta have to schedule that when it's nice out there.
Early in the year.
Yeah, because I'm not doing either if it's not.
We're gonna have to
pay all that money.
We're have to bring some Ryan Post jerseys out there down there at the tailgate. Yeah, post it on TikTok. You know what I mean? We're out here supporting Justin.
Yeah,
of course we want the Bears to win. Of course we would. All right. So Tomlin praised him. So that's a big ups to Mike Tomlin. Chicago, you guys suck. I mean, had we been doing more of that, you probably could have gotten more than the 6th round draft pick. If you knew you were going to move off Justin, you should have been all last season, Self? Praising him. Should have been praising him and talking about everything and how everything's not his fault. You know what I mean? But you're not smart enough to do that. Too busy picking your nose and digging in your bum, trying to act like you're pink out there. Tattoo Tyranny, Self. Like, share, subscribe. Diddy rated. Diddy rated? Pick up. Inside Edition. Tattoo Tyranny. Did he?
Reaction to the simultaneous raids on homes in Florida and California linked to music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. At the same time the raids were taking place, Combs was spotted pacing at an airport. But where was he going? Here's Jim Murray.
I'm outside the hip-hop mogul's estate in the exclusive Holmby Hill section of Los Angeles. This is where federal agents conducted the surprise raid, which is reportedly tied to an ongoing investigation involving allegations of sexual assault and sex trafficking.
Here is where you wanna be.
Combs' ex, the singer Cassie, sued him last November for sexual assault. The civil suit was settled in just 1 day. He denies all allegations of wrongdoing. When you saw the size of these multiple raids, what did that tell you about the potential for charges being filed soon and an arrest impending?
Based on the size of the raid, I expect charges in a matter of days. This may be the beginning of the end for Diddy.
Today, we spotted private security at the estate with handguns.
All right, they just made their way in.
As the LA raid unfolded, 2 of Combs' sons were handcuffed and detained. Routine in a raid like this.
One of the boys is
without charges. As the feds swooped down on the LA mansion, a simultaneous raid took place at his waterfront estate on Star Island in Miami. Agents were seen loading a van with boxes.
Tyranny, damn it.
I'll be sure, son.
Oh, what did I say?
Christopher Williams.
It's all the same shit. You know what I mean? How yellow bastards. All right. Well, if you're gonna look at it this way, tyranny, bro. Listen. Am I, have I ever been a big Diddy guy? That's the last thing furthest from the truth. Have I ever thought he had an ounce of talent? That's the last thing furthest from the truth. You know, did I ever think he was heterosexual even before Jaguar Wright? Jaguar. Even before Jaguar Wright went on her, her rants. You know what I mean? He went to Howard, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Why don't you consider it black school? Why don't you go to Howard? They don't have any girls there. Prison? No, Howard.
Howard.
I don't think it did though. Remember, it wasn't. It just became bi-coastal. I think.
No, this the one in Atlanta. That's not. Morehouse.
Oh, more. Yeah, you're right. Less House. You're right. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Self. Yes, it was.
So Howard is.
Was FAMU like? Was FAMU like that too?
No, FAMU was co-ed.
It was bi-coastal.
It's co-ed.
I like misusing words around black folks because they do it all the time around me. So I do it. I challenge them to correct me. You know what I mean? They sit around, they let Pookie and Ray Ray say whatever the fuck they want to say, and nobody corrects them. You know what I mean? Then I say bi-coastal, motherfucker, then Pookie. You know what I mean? It's biliterate. Shut your ass up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I respect everybody. All right. But this thing itself, is this tyranny? This is the question. You know how I feel about it. It's tyranny. They don't have any evidence or proof. They're doing him just like they did R. Kelly. They're convicting him off internet rumor.
Wait a minute. Nothing's been convicted or even connected. They just raided his place. He hasn't even been charged.
That's what I'm saying, though. You can't. That's anti-constitutional.
No, it's not. It's right there. You can
raid people's houses as long as somebody wearing a black cape over his suit says it's okay. Is that what's in the Constitution itself?
I'm not sure raids is in the Constitution though, actually, but they will ride down on you if they,
get a warrant.
Yes, get all this information and get somebody that made
with a black suit with a black coat to sign it.
And made some claims upon you out there, and you gotta get that dude and that they
claims on the internet, huh? Now this is the same guy who crucified R. Kelly when R. Kelly when R. Kelly got crucified for the documentary. I mean, your boy Diddy had a lot to say.
Yeah, well, yeah, he shouldn't have. He's allegedly he's a piece of shit.
I haven't heard anyone that's worked with him say anything good about him. You know how some people you say, I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about this guy, and the media is attacking him, but you're like, personally, I like people you meet who worked with him. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about him. On the flip side of that, I've never heard anyone who worked with Diddy come out of that thing saying, you know what I mean? Even Arkell's. Well, Arkell's never worked with Diddy. That was Jigga. Same thing with Jigga. People who work with Jigga. Yeah. Same thing with Jigga. Yeah. It's true. They're gonna get Jigga too. Remember? Because Kels was saying, remember Kels was going out a little bit like Brown.
They say Foxy Brown was, 15 when she was coming around out there.
And Kels, they said Jigga
I don't know anything about that. It's all alleged, but.
And they said Jigga became jealous because Aaliyah wasn't into him because she was into who?
Dame Dash. But she dated them both.
I thought she was into them. Wow.
She married Kels, and then she went. She after that.
So right.
When she really blew up.
But so Kels had information on all of them, probably still does, huh?
And I don't know about the correctness, with Jigga or whatever, but I know she was an adult when Dame Dash was with her, or at least 18, legal, I should have said.
But we're not saying nobody was grooming her before she was 18.
Oh well, somebody married her before she was 18.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on what state. Now he had the parental consent. I mean, you know what I mean?
They just lied and wrote down she was 18.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Josh Giddey, NBA player, posting online with a 15-year-old girl, and it's legal in Oklahoma, and nobody cares because it's legal.
No, it wasn't legal. He They just didn't do anything because he met her at a bar. So he made an assumption that she was
No, she'd be in jail. No. Josh Giddey in the NBA, it's legal in Oklahoma. The age of consent is 15 or 16 in that state. That's the only reason why. It had nothing to do. Nobody cares if you meet somebody at a bar and she's underage. You still get locked up for that. Yeah, you get locked up for
white NBA player.
Yeah, Josh Giddey, the white NBA player. He was in the state of. It happened. He plays for OKC, and I didn't know. Yeah, me and Ace
in
covered
OKC.
It was in Oklahoma. Yeah, me and Ace covered that on Mouthpiece Included, and that's what it came out that in that damn state,
it's 16. It's
yes,
not 15. It's
yes.
not 15.
All right. So she was 16. That's what it turned out. She was 16.
Was she? I thought she was 15. I thought she was 15. What they were saying.
Yeah, even and the parents, yeah. So yeah, if it was illegal, they would have made a bigger deal out of it. So it's just the fact that he did it in Oklahoma, but he did the same thing in California. He would have been crucified like R. Kelly. This is the country we live in.
Or in Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, or in Illinois. Well, Illinois, yeah. Illinois is 17. So
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said, yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right. All right. I'm saying tyranny though, bro. Even though I don't like Diddy, never liked him. I don't like all this, people coming out and making allegations about stuff that happened at private parties and at private places, coming out years later with nonsense. And you can't, put up a proper defense. And innuendo is all over the media. And then now all of a sudden you got people breaking into both of your homes. I don't care if it's a government. And
Three
because
homes.
of that, 3 homes, and because of that, now that suggests guilt. And then TMZ, the Illuminati, and then TMZ, because I think what's his name is the Baphomet Howard. What's his name? And the guy TMZ, the little guy. Yeah, he's the Baphomet.
Yeah, he's something.
Yeah, and TMZ shows yourself walking around at the airport, making a phone call on your cell phone, pacing back and forth like anybody would do, who had 3 homes broken into, and they got you looking like O.J. Simpson driving in like they did O.J. Simpson driving 35 mile per hour on the 10 freeway in a Bronco, and they made that look, reckless.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that. I don't know if it's tyranny. I don't like them breaking in all his houses at the same time.
We got Joey White in the building.
They trying to get some. They trying to even if what they heard, they trying to find something. That's their fish.
Santos De La Rosa, yo, nope.
They fishing.
And then Joey White said the shy. And then he said, ha ha. What do you mean by that? They said, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I know what he means by that. The shy. Yeah, I hear yourself. But I'm going with tyranny, so we got to vote. I'm going tyranny. All right. Self's on the fence. He's Diesel out there, rubbing his bum on the fence. Yeah,
I'm not rubbing no bum.
Oh, yeah, you're rubbing your bum.
No,
rubbing
I'm sitting on my bum.
Everybody's looking at you.
Nothing. What are you talking about out there?
You know how a cat scratching his bum or a dog? You're like, what that thing's doing? That's how Diesel does. He comes on Mouthpiece Included. We asked him who's the GOAT. I go by errors. You never said that shit 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Now you go by errors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that too. I mean, like,
yeah, he can't even explain himself either. You know what I mean, Self? Yeah. Yeah. All right. He's a good guy. He means well. He's been debriefed though in the military, so his programming's different. Surviving the migrant crisis, asylum or invasion out there, pink crime out there, Self Love. Big ups for production. This one's called Catfish Tide. Uh-oh.
New this morning, a Florida man calls News 6 after losing more than $40,000 to a beautiful face on social media. And of course, it was a lie.
News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld speaks with him in this week's Schemes and Ripoffs.
She surprised me because said, okay, if you are real, let's make a video call. And we did a video call.
He knew her as Mandy Lee. a chief executive officer with Estee Lauder.
Chief
For now,
executive officer.
he wants to remain anonymous.
Did it look like the photographs?
Pretty similar.
Really?
Not exactly the same.
So who was he really talking to? News 6 matched that face to more than a dozen profiles on social media platforms. From Kim Hamilton to
That
Mignon.
motherfucker believed the CEO of a major corporation.
Federal
Asking his
agents say
dumbass for
that
money.
girl most likely had nothing to do with it. The thief used her face to offer a path to fast money, Ethereum, a type of cryptocurrency.
I tried a little bit with little money, $500. They went to 1,000.
He says he first monitored his account on crypto.com. The gains were real, but then Mandy Lee
Crypto.com.
had him move to
You
another
like that?
site. That was the setup.
I see my money. I see something going up and down, but it was just a trap. My money was already gone.
Records show he lost close to
Why ain't he showing his face?
$42,000. The woman claiming to be Mandy Lee,
He said he
like
wanted to
his
be
money,
anonymous.
gone.
I guess I lost
Why
big
does he want to
money.
be anonymous?
Stupid me.
Mike Hofeld getting results.
Probably
News
embarrassed
6.
for being such a dumbass.
Yeah, or he's probably married too.
That could very well be. I didn't even think of that part, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumbass, like you said. Yeah.
like his wife won't know his voice. I mean, come on.
Well, they distorted the voice too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 40 stacks. Yeah, they showed himself. You're making money, your shit's growing. I saw once they told this family, yeah, you gotta pay $8,000 tax to get all your money out. Them motherfuckers paid that tax. The whole website was shut down and all them numbers was off. Man, they lost $200,000 in a sham. Yeah, we were looking at it and we was watching our money grow every day. That shit is brilliant. Hey man, South Park did it. They said the banks are the same way, Self. Show you some shit on the computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you invest.
Yeah.
With your 401k, they show you some shit. Then they put on the news out there, all over the news. They start repeating what? Oh, y'all lost all y'all money because of blah, 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 blah over in Kazakhstan. You know what I mean? I've never even heard of Kazakhstan, yet I'm, out here poor. All right.
That shit crazy.
We were talking about that, though, last week, catfish.
That's crazy.
It looked kind of like her. Yeah. They do say so. If you're going to lie, you might as well lie big, huh?
Yeah.
Right? CEO BET.
That's funny.
Surviving the migrant crisis, asylum or invasion, unpacked phone lines are open. All right, we do have a dome teaser here as we get on topic. Your mind is an awful thing to waste. Here we go. I am not alive, but I grow. I don't have lungs, but need air. I don't have a mouth, but water drowns me. What am I? We're going to, cut and paste this riddle, or dome teaser, as we like to say.
Say that again.
Into the chat. All right. Shy. What is he talking? Maybe he's talking about the chi. Did we say anything about chi? I don't know if we said something about chi. It's in the chat there, fella. I am not alive, but I grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, but water kills me. What am I? It's right there in the chat. All right, y'all. We're going to give you guys time to process and matriculate. If anybody gets it.
Yeah.
We got a thumbs up there. Thanks, so. He said his thumbs up. I'm going to start verifying this earlier. And then as he types that, enough of the appetizers out there.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
We're going to jump right into it. I got some greater data here, some raw data, some demographics, Self, all right? What percentage of the U.S. population do you believe is foreign born? This is as of 2018.
Foreign born.
Yeah. Foreign born.
15, 20. I don't know.
That's not bad. Not bad. 13.7%. That sounds like the same percentage they claim the coloureds, the indigenous people have.
Yeah. It's starting to get fishy. They trying to keep some numbers, turned in their favor out there that I don't believe anymore. You know what I mean? They out there trying to say there's a certain group of people that's a majority.
You saying the math ain't mathing?
It ain't mathing at all. It ain't mathing at all.
You're saying that the majority, the thought that these people could come over here and slaughter so many people, and then they're literally 85% of the population, when it defies their own science to be so.
Yeah, and with a negative birth rate.
What do you mean negative birth rate? You can't have a negative birth rate.
Oh, yes, you can as a people.
You're being born or you're not. What do you mean? Oh, I see what you're saying. The number of births don't outnumber the number of deaths. Is that what you mean?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. I thought you meant we had negative 400 babies this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not having enough babies fast enough to
cover the losses.
Yeah, to keep that going as a sustainable thing.
And you got a problem with the pink people be having negative. You don't like that. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, all right. I thought you had a problem.
I'm perfectly all right with that.
All right. Because, I mean, if that keeps going on, ultimately, no matter what happens, if you have a negative birth rate, if you extrapolate, X number of years, you could probably put in AI in a computer and figure it out, which they've probably done with their models. They probably know which year they want what.
Exist out there.
Yeah. I don't know how that would make you feel. But everybody else is only 13%.
Well, they say that's why they say that racism even exists. Frances Cress Wilson.
Doctor.
Yeah, doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, that's what her book was about. Yes.
Yeah.
God rest her soul.
Yeah.
I got it over there.
She did all the research too, didn't she? She was quite the historian.
It's over there. It's over there.
Yeah.
Book, I see it.
Now, so in 2022,
no, that's not it.
It was about the same. So, how many encounters do you think the U.S. Border Patrol encountered with migrants along the U.S.-Mexico border in 2021? Yeah, in the entire year. So now these are just the ones that they had encountered. We're not talking about all the ones that they didn't see.
Man,
it's all right if you're off by a lot. I don't expect you to have an idea. You're not down there.
It's got to be hundreds a day. So at least 30,000 or something. Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a number. You gave a number. In 2021, the U.S. Border Patrol reported more than 1.6 million encounters with migrants along the U.S.-Mexico border. How much that's costing you in your taxpayers' dollars? You know how much of big corporations' taxpayer money? You know how much the big corporations' taxpayer money is going towards that?
1.6.
Do you know how much the big corporations are paying out of that? Big corporation ain't paying none of that.
None of that. Not a damn cent.
None of it. In fact, they're getting cheaper labor. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're bringing them in, because these people want to work from home and don't want to do that type of work.
They looked at the numbers too, probably. So if they probably said, for us to go down there to Guatemala, chop down all those trees and resources, build army and private security so we don't get our shit stolen and our wigs capped, build factories and sugar plants and get the people working and trained up. They probably figured, man, it's just as cheap to what?
Bring them here.
Yeah, and the taxpayers are dumb enough to what?
Pay for it.
I mean, that's it. It's actually brilliant, and and it's cheaper and then built because we can still get that cheap labor. You know what I mean? And we can just get the blacks.
Wreck the economy in the same time.
Yeah, and you can get the blacks and other lower middle income pinks and whites. You can give them a universal income at a certain level that they know is. They're not going to call it welfare. They're going to color it what?
As like you said,
Universal income. Yeah. They're going to make sure everybody has that as a panacea so that you don't have the revolution. And yeah, that's what it looks like.
This thing's going down. It's not sustainable.
Man, I've been saying it.
Keep putting these old ass people in there.
I've been saying that. Even everybody having a car, they all come here getting cars. Coach is talking about it. Like I ain't even talking about just migrants. It's none of this shit's sustainable when you look at it all. Motherfuckers, everybody born. Some people got 2 cars. Some got 3 cars. I mean, like, we got to start writing laws against this. Fuck you and your money. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need 3 cars and, like, seriously.
Only drive one at a time.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. All right. But let's see. In December of 2023, 250,000 encounters at the border was with migrants. 250,000. That's in 1 month. That was December 2023, the highest monthly total on record.
They coming. They still coming.
Cost to the USA. You take a gander at that. Illegal immigration costs to the United States in 2023. You can either do total or you can do for each quote unquote illegal migrant. Which one? What I mean, what are you putting this figures at?
100 billion somewhere.
Good. 150.7 billion. They don't have money. But where's the money for reparations going to come from? Well, we got to sit down. We got to talk about that. Right?
Yeah, because they,
we got to sit down. We got to have a whole discussion about how it's going to happen.
Right. They're going to just go ahead and 150 billion.
All right, so that's but it's not
math ain't mathing. The math doesn't math.
All right, but it's 9 stacks for each one. So 13%. They could be giving us our reparations if they would have said, hey, we're going to close those borders, and they could be giving each descendant of so-called slavery or, the melanated, about 9 stacks a year, over time. You know what I mean? They could be doing that. At least it'd be a gesture. It could have been a gesture.
Please. It's going down. This system, it's not sustainable. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I know some people love this place and all of that, but
when you look at it, capitalism is a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah. Well,
that's why every city ends up bankrupt. Right? When you look at these cities and the small little townships, it's a microcosm of you know what I mean?
Well, everything is debt anyway. The paper is a debt instrument. It's like an IOU.
It's an IOU.
Like you said. You said that last week, didn't
you? Yeah. All right. Over 66,000 migrants and asylum seekers have been bussed across your country, costing $86.1 million between 2022 and 2023. So,
yeah, they show sending them here.
Were they paying for the coloreds when the coloreds started migrating from the South to get asylum from the KKK down there? Were they paying for the buses and giving them $8,000 and giving them money? Were they?
No.
What do you mean no?
They didn't give them nothing.
These are the people who built the country off the sweat and toil of their backs.
They don't care about that.
But they care about these people. They care about these people coming in from Guatemala and Empanada.
It's an agenda.
Mm-hmm. Cheap labor.
It's an agenda. Period. And they say Pritzker putting them to work in his company.
Wasn't he a former judge? I think I remember Judge Pritzker. No?
It wasn't him. Right. Pritzker is a
senator or whatever, yeah, but he could have governor.
He's the governor of Illinois,
Yeah.
but his family, Pritzker, is way bigger
I
than
got
him.
you. They plug.
Way bigger than him.
I got you.
Kennedys.
Yeah. They're bigger than the Kennedys.
They're
No.
part of the Kennedy family.
Oh, they're part of the Kennedy tree.
Yeah.
Man, they're not bigger than the Kennedys.
I didn't say bigger than the Kennedys.
Yeah, just for clarification. You know what I mean? I just
yeah,
want to make sure.
no way, shape, or form.
Drop dead gorgeous.
They are
JFK.
Kennedys. One thing.
We had pictures
one
of
of
JFK on our wall. We never had any Pritzkers on our wall. What are you talking about?
It was one of the Kennedy girls married.
JFK freed the black people from civil rights. You know what I mean?
No, he didn't. What the hell are you talking about? Your ChatGPT over there. Your ChatGPT over there. You gotta watch ChatGPT because it'll tell you some crap.
I'm just saying, bro. Everybody wants it. Yeah. I misunderstood you. I thought you were saying the Pritzker was bigger than the Kennedy families. I'm just saying the drop dead gorgeous Kennedys, deserve more than that for what they did for your people. Freedom
They
from
did nothing for my people.
They freed them from civil rights. Took a vote.
No, they didn't. They got them to start voting Democrat. Yes, y'all. Self Love Show. Y'all know how we go. Surviving the migrant crisis. Yeah. Asylum or invasion. Had some interesting parts in the first half out the app. And we're going to get into the second half.
Hey, Self. Hold on a second. One thing about Diddy. He was starting his own network. Same thing with Bill Cosby. They got a little too political. R. Kells didn't want to sell his masters out there. I'm just saying, Self, if you're some sort of copycat, maybe they'll squeeze you by the balls. We've done shows on it. Maybe they'll discredit you. We're not saying all these guys are innocent. And maybe, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Maybe they'll get a bunch of coons. Look, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, when everybody's saying it, then, there's something to it. That story goes.
You can bring 1 million people to say something, but if you don't have evidence of 1 million people saying what 1 million people said, I'm supposed to be not found guilty.
You don't have no evidence, period. They looking for something. That's why they raided those houses. So we'll find out if they found something. That's for sure. Yeah. But anyway, we'll got some very important videos that will be edutaining, and we'll be right back at you in a few minutes.
You don't disrespect my house and my family like that. What the hell you think this is?
I think it's bullshit that my mama got the no good ass nigga she got.
So you were saying that when there was an effective father, you were saying a lot of times when there's an effective child, you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, and not only, you could see the difference. I remember even dating and things like that. When someone doesn't have their dad in their life, it really causes a shift or a change in some kind of capacity. I had my first child when I was 21, but I knew then that I needed to be in my child's life. There was nothing that was going to keep me from, being in their lives. And even when there's someone that's not my child, if it's someone who, comes across my path and, or as a youth or somewhere that I can guide them and help them and send positive vibes their way, I try to do it because it's very important, man.
No excuses. My father wasn't there for me either.
The man, I mean, women, I'm not taking anything away from them. They our mothers, they do an incredible job, but there's something about a man, black man, that, it's that can comfort and can make someone feel better, allow them to strive and do better in life. That's my opinion from what I've experienced.
Man, bro, yeah, it's just funny. You know, a lot of times when I see these young men, you know, because we kind of know what they're going through, what some of their thoughts may be, because you know we're so gallant, you know, and we hide things well. Oftentimes, though, when I'm dealing with them, I call them Young King or King, and I do see a change in their posture, their body language. It's subtle. You got to be paying attention. Man, King, yeah, you know, you say something positive. You shining out here, you know, something like that. And because we don't get that. Black men, we don't tend to just get random compliments if we don't get them from ourselves. Yeah.
And not only that, to each other, like, you know,
right,
saying to your boy, man, I love you, man. Make sure you you know, me and my guys sometimes check in, you know, just checking in with you, dog. Make sure you're good. You going getting your checkups, dog. Make sure you straight, man. You know, we gotta hang in there. You know, just, you know, it's a different thing that happens when we can share that love with each other. You know.
And I thought that as long as I was providing financially, that I had to put in the time. Just hope you do a better job than I did.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I've heard different guys say pretty much, I think along the lines of what you're saying, be present, be healthy, be of right mind, because, you know, when you're on that jet, they tell you secure your mask before you try to help anybody who's helpless, because if your mask doesn't go on, they're not going to make it, you know. And so, yeah, be better us's and better role models and things. We got to be there.
Hey, bros, what's going on? This is Cut My Mind. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Do you still have them?
Self Love is correct. His response to the riddle is correct.
Bows to his will. Nothing is as rebellious as the white man. Everything that God says thou shalt not do, the white man says, gee whiz, buddy, it's all right. Come on, try it. You like it, baby. It's okay. Gee whiz, you guys are too riches. You only live once, man. Come on. You know that Chuck talks like that. I'm talking about Bob. I'm talking about Bill. I'm talking about Larry. You know the guys I'm talking about. Now, listen, you acting like you don't know them. That's why we don't allow no white folks in here. Because if we had white folks in here, you'd be looking all behind you and wonder what Bob and Bill and Larry and Susie and Cindy might be thinking.
Man, thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. You know, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Like, people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
They so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it,
this platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Can't hear you.
Yeah. Self Love Show rocks on.
damn sensitive thing. It's sensitive when it wants to be and not sensitive when it doesn't. Welcome back. Wasn't those videos nice? Amazing work by the TATN staff. It's a blessing, no question. So we here. Y'all know what we talking about. Migrant problem part 2, or crisis, whatever you want to call it.
That's right. That's right. Big ups the Midwest Festivals presents the artist formerly known as H Stock.
Ancestral Echoes.
Ancestral Echoes. Glamping Music Fest.
Yes, it's going down in the town. Y'all better know. Y'all better
It's in
look.
Terrytown? Motown?
No, it's Pembroke Township, actually.
Tell me that'd be enlightening if y'all did that in Terrytown.
It's not really too many places that you can camp and
well, they abandoned apartment buildings or something. Got it.
No.
Fascinating. It'd be a fascinating case study with all the modes. All right, nobody wants to, galvanize with the modes like they don't like house music. It was big on the southeast side. The guys, all right.
The guys don't really too much care for house music out there.
Crisis and concerns. We gotta look at the humanitarian perspective now. The self-love I knew, the wordsmith I knew years ago, he started telling it's a humanitarian crisis. It's imaginary lines, but damn, you know what I mean? If everybody in the world moved to America, there's going to be a problem.
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable without everyone coming here.
Right. With everybody coming and making it absolutely not sustainable.
Are they trying to collapse this thing?
Yes. They're doing everything they can. Ever since they got off the gold standard.
There's a random Jamaican guy
under Nixon.
No homo. In the men's room at McDonald's, there was a random Jamaican guy talking to another random guy from some other shithole country. He was black. And they were talking about, food. And he was saying, how the food was, one guy was saying making him pee all the time. Of course, he was probably like 65 years old. I wanted to tell him, you got to ask somebody to stick their thumb in your bum with a white coat on, get that prostate checked. But what the Jamaicans said to, what they were talking about, though, is they were like, yeah, you got to plant your own foods. And then one of them was like, you got to store these seeds, because he said, I was like, damn, he's got a tin handle on out here. He's like,
he was telling the truth out there.
He said they're altering the seeds.
They've been altering the seeds for a long time.
I thought I heard you saying that on one of the shows we did.
Yes, they've been altering the seeds. Every time they GMO something,
that's what I mentioned.
The seed it produces. As soon as the seed it produces is not a pure seed anymore. It's a GMO
I see what you're
seed.
saying. So if they genetically alter the human, and if that human is able to produce a seed with another genetically altered human, then that new human is going to be genetically altered out here?
Yes. Period.
Ooh, interesting. Fascinating theory. It's a fascinating conspiracy theory.
It's not a theory.
So it can't be proven.
Yes, it can be proven.
Well, I'm just talking like the way they talk on the TV.
And that's what you got to tell them. You can't be proven. Like, you can take an original seed, because they have the heirloom seed. That's why they call them heirlooms.
Yeah.
And you can test it against this new seed and see that it's genetically altered.
All right. Legal, and you and I, we've discussed this before, the legal and moral obligations. Now, the reason I revisited this is because, not that I watch the news, but no one's talking about this. And I'm having brothers and sisters come up to me like, man, this shit is awful. And I don't think people who don't live in communities, I don't want to say lower income, but for the most part, lower, mid to lower income communities, it hasn't really leaked. Maybe we should start busting them where?
To the governor's house.
Yeah.
Governor's mansion.
Yeah. And busting them to the nicer areas, in your city.
The Texas governor sent some to Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And then when they come to our hood, so we gotta have buses, and we bus them straight to like Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive. You know what I mean? Because they got the money, and they're the ones all liberal and shit.
Man.
You know, kumbaya, let them in, and you know what I mean. This is America, and America was built on the back of immigrants and not on the back of indigenous slaves.
Yeah,
America was built on the back of immigrants and not on the back of indigenous slaves. And the Negro Leagues was racist. I'm just espousing what I hear people say.
Nonsense. That's what you're spouting right there, all of that. And it's a lot of nonsense comes from people. So it's, part of life out there. When you're
that guy said nonsense.
When you're awake, not woke. When you're awake and you see what's going on, then
hey, I feel you. I'm woke and I'm proud. Yeah,
I'm awake. That woke shit is they didn't corrupted that shit, so they can have it.
They can corrupt what they want. You know what I mean?
Awake. I'm awake. Fuck them.
Yeah. They're gonna corrupt that. Then you're gonna change. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. I'm woke. I've always been woke. The legal and moral obligations to provide asylum to those fleeing persecution and violence. That's where we are.
I mean, everybody can't come here, so it's got to be a limit to that.
Okay, what's the stop? So, what's the stop? Say if you were laying out there unhoused, what's to stop you from saying, or it'd be me, better example, since I'm closer to the border. What's to stop me from saying, hey, I lost my job, I need money for rent. It's tough out here. I can't go get a handout because I'm a black man. You know what I mean? What's to stop me from going across the border out there, leaving my passport and everything in a secure place with somebody I love and say, hey, look, in case of emergency, you can overnight this to the embassy out there, over there. And then here's what I'm saying, go over there out there, put on some migrant clothes, and what do you mean by migrant clothes? What I mean by migrant clothes, you have a Yankee hat on with your Chicago Bulls basketball jersey. Those are migrant clothes. You see them out there with all the sports gear on and shit, and they think we don't know. You're in fucking Chicago, and you got a Cleveland fucking Browns football jersey, and you're wearing a Dodgers baseball cap, and I want to slap the shit out of you. You know what I mean? But here's my point. I do that and go over there, come back, belly up, get in the water out, yeah. Carry somebody's baby out there, come through that, that Barbary wire out there. We used to do that on the west side, and we was playing on private property. Usually your baseball or something went on private property, and you had to climb the Barbary wire fence to go get it. We didn't realize, we were doing it.
There's a razor wire they messing with, though.
Yeah.
They crazy. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they getting right through it. Now, what I'm saying, if I do that, I get through it. Maybe I'll be smart. Maybe I won't go all the way around. I'll come from the inside and just be standing there. That'll be easier. Now I'm standing there, okay? Asylum. You know what I mean? Blackstones. Asylum. Okay? Blackstones. Motown. Okay? The Blackstones. Okay? Gangs of Disciples. Okay? BDs. You know what I'm saying? Okay? The gangs. Okay? You know what I mean? Come over here, get my money, $800, my cell phone, boom. My room and assignments, bam. My jobs, K. My cell phone, and whatever. My Uber passes, boom. They'll put me on a bus somewhere to some city, bam. Huh? We videotape. We can do it together. Videotape it all for TikTok. We can videotape it for TikTok. China would love it. China would love it.
Yeah, they would.
All right, now listen.
I'm not going through that.
When the money runs out, we just go do it again. And we're proving to America how stupid we are. Yeah? I quit my job. My new job is crossing the border every week. I go down there, they give me $8,000 every week. Okay? Yeah?
You like
a new hustle.
You like the picture of the chick that got dude for the money.
Which one?
The catfish. They're gonna be like, really? You were so and so last week. I mean,
All right. Well, we could do it like the PPP shams. We can hire a bunch of Pookies and Ray Rays and tell them a quick come up. I'm gonna show you what to do. We got a homie down there that's gonna stand at the border. You know, he in the cartels. You know, boom, bam. He gonna set you up with the right border patrol person, so you don't get your ass whooped down there, right? And we're gonna push you through and make sure you get the money, and then you give me 35% of it. Pookie and Ray Ray will do it. You can steal a kid. How we gonna get there? You're gonna steal a kid, Pookie. You know what I mean? And drive it down to the border. This is how we do it, so it's limited resources. You know, they're doing it.
we put you right inside the border though, because shit,
Yeah,
can't be. You ain't got to come all the way across.
yeah. You ain't got to go
It's gonna be
through the barbed
fishy.
wire. Yeah, we don't got to go through the barbed wire. We're gonna take you on the inside, and you're gonna jump over there. So we're gonna throw some smoke or something. Okay, where they come from? You want to throw some water in you so it looks like your back is wet.
Yeah, no, you get in that water right there.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Boy, they gonna be. Hey, the migrants gonna be looking at themselves like these motherfuckers here. What they're doing?
They doing too much.
Yeah, they're doing something different.
They be looking like they already in there. What the? Yeah.
Now, they
Thought
do face a
experiment.
lot of challenges though during these journeys. So I have researched that.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of them even know what they're getting into when they sign up and they start taking this Hajj. They're basically telling the cartels and everybody in all these countries, we're desperate and we got nobody and we're coming across country at your mercy and we're giving you our last. And it don't always work out for them.
No. It doesn't work out for them a lot of times. I mean, they get to places and, you know, it's not what they were told because it's some BS.
I've seen there's so many more. How can I put this? I don't know if you've noticed this in the city, but there's a plethora more of talent out there on Figueroa, and it's the whole stroll here in LA. I mean, it's like 70% full, and I'd venture to say probably the strip clubs and everything's the same way because all these migrants are coming in. There's no work for them. What do you think they're gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I know I don't know about
the cartels have got to be sending in prostitutes.
Yeah, they got to be sending whatever,
right?
Whoever you know what I mean?
Right.
It's a problem,
bro. I met like 3 of them from young guys from El Salvador. 2 of them had tats on their face, and they had tools in their hand, like somebody had lined them up with work. I'm like, man, well, you couldn't hide the Bloods and the Crips. You couldn't trust them. Well, they got a criminal record. But these guys, you don't know what the hell they probably macheted somebody to pieces.
Right. You ain't never lied.
You know what I mean?
They don't know who's coming through. You don't have to fill out anything. You just come.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. You know.
Let's see what I have to do that. It's definitely putting a strain on Border Patrol. The economic effect that is having on local communities like yours is already being seen. I think you were saying they were looking to open up those schools they closed because they couldn't fund them in the Chicago communities, and then now they want to use them to house the migrants.
Yeah, that's what they were trying to do over here. As far as I know, they weren't successful
because of the hypocrisy of it all.
Yeah, I mean that was the whole reason they closed them down.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the hypocrisy of it all.
It's like that's why they did it. They said, "Oh, well, we're not fully utilizing these schools, so we can push these children into neighborhoods they shouldn't be in, and all of that." You know. And not have any care for that at all, but to have these places where they could do this.
But it's mighty funny, so if they're still pushing the Haitians back. You know, they're gangs, they're criminals.
They're always going. Haiti had a whole lot to do with America having a lot of the land that we got. They stole it first, and then the French stole it first, and then when they kicked the French ass, they sold it to the United States. And
they're not letting the Haitians in because they black.
Well,
and they don't want the DNA all over
and
all over
because
America.
they fucking destroyed shit.
Well, we just started the show off talking about Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, and now we're talking about they're not letting the Haitians in because of they destroy shit.
It's more than just that they're just black, is what I'm saying. It's more than that.
Oh, I got you.
It's from the whole standpoint of they defeated army and got them off the island.
Yeah, they're revolutionary mindset.
Yeah, and it is said that they came and fought over here against them too.
Yeah, and we're showing the the prisoners of war here how to take arms and slaughter people.
Well, yeah. Pretty sure we knew how to do that too already.
Yeah. But they actually did it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure we were doing it, but yeah.
No, it was
probably easier to run
long
somebody
standing.
off an island than it is out of the country, right? You know what I mean? It's probably easier.
Off your land, yeah.
Yeah. The people just got all rise up at the same time and shit. You know what I mean? It's a small land and yeah.
It's a big island, but shit, you just gotta,
Yeah.
It's because it's Haiti and Dominican Republic, the same island.
Yeah. Never knew that.
Hispaniola. Hispaniola is what it was called.
Never knew that. How much of it is Haiti and how much of it is DR?
It's a line right down the center.
Straight up?
Yes.
Never knew that.
Yeah, I found out when I got there.
Which one did you go to? Haiti or DR?
DR. I didn't go to Haiti. I went to DR.
Family vacation?
Yep. Me and Sherry and Gabby.
Did you bring some of the devil's snow back with you? Hey, cocaine. Cocaine?
Oh, no.
Is that cocaine?
No. Didn't. No.
The role of economic disparities and opportunities in driving migration, the cost of managing. Okay, we did that. All right. Let's discuss the balance between national sovereignty and international cooperation in managing migration. So I've been talking to people in London and not Australia, London and what's one other country? France. And they're like the same thing is literally starting happening. Like people are just charging their borders, looking for asylum.
Man, but London, I don't know about France, but London, every territory that they ran or whatever, the people were citizens of there. They could go there. The British, they conquer your land. That's why people be going there. That's why you be seeing Jamaican Brits and
I got what you're saying. So you're saying when British conquered you, they did it more like we did Puerto Rico. Because I was talking to some Puerto Ricans, they like, man, they can come here, they can live here, they don't need the passport, they don't have to apply, they don't have to do nothing. Yeah, and then they said we can move to Puerto Rico just like that too, Self.
Yeah, but they can't vote.
Right, but they said you can move to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Don't have to do nothing. It's like moving to another state almost.
Yeah, it's a territory.
Yeah.
And where else?
Why would you want to become a state? Because they said 50% of the Puerto Ricans want to become a state, and the other 50% want to stay like it is.
They want to vote. They want to feel like they have a seat.
A
at the
voice
table,
when none of us have a voice. None of us have a voice.
They think a vote counts actually. So.
I see what you're saying. Like the way we thought it mattered, and it was going to change everything. We came out of chattel slavery. Right.
Well, it did for
Didn't change shit.
Well, no, there were
What did it change?
There was some
What did it change?
copper colored senators, and we had Black Wall Street and North Carolina and all these places.
What did it change?
And it changed a lot for a little while.
So it made a few elite black people richer.
No,
but what did it change?
It changed everything. We were living like
so
we're
voting
supposed
matters.
to. It did for a short time before they did Reconstruction, and then when they reconstructed it, it doesn't matter.
I got you. Something got what you're saying.
Yeah, because I mean, there were actually people put in office, even though we were having problems. You know, they were people put in office because there were more of us because we were the so-called slaves. You know, the POWs. It was more of us, so when we could vote. Voted for us. And
what?
They reconstructed everything so that it wouldn't happen no more.
The influence of political rhetoric on public perception of migrants as either asylum seekers or invaders. I feel like I feel like it's a little bit of both happening. There are asylum seekers and invaders.
Yeah. It's too many.
Yeah.
That's the so I don't think, I got you. Because I don't think they're all asylum seeking. I'm not sure how many of them are asylum seeking. Like
so in El Salvador, they built a prison as big as like 8 football stadiums. Broke all their country laws and civil liberties and pretty much
locked up everybody because it was the most dangerous place. They were saying,
and MS-13, those guys, and those guys who went there and started those gangs were trained by the CIA. I don't know if I can say they were trained by the CIA here, but nobody's ever said the CIA, but they were trained in MacArthur Park allegedly by the gangs here in LA and in the prisons here in LA. So, the street guys magically trained these guys to be the killers that ultimately they were. And then Bill Clinton decided to have them exported or deported out of LA to cut down the crime in the 90s. So they went to El Salvador and took the whole gang mentality there with the tattoos on their face. And they had no love for the community. It's like a way a Jamaican can come to a city in Brooklyn and have no love for the community and sell heroin and shoot and, poison. They look like us, but they're really not. The point I'm making is, because they're not from the community. So a lot of that stuff is going on, bro. A lot of that stuff is going on. And so now what an El Salvadorian told me, an OG El Salvadorian said is what's happening. After they decided to clean up El Salvador, which they've pretty much done, some of the country is upset because they're more afraid of the police now than they were of the gangs. But the ones who they didn't arrest are coming back to LA. They're coming back to America because when America made it tough, they went to where it was easy, and now they made it tough, and they're coming here to where now Biden doesn't know what's going on.
Well, that's obvious. Yeah, and I think that
is he cognizant? We should do a show on that, and I think we should too. Go ahead, though. My bad. Go ahead. I want you to say your thought, but we should really break down and show footage and break it down.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not. Yeah, that was my whole point. I'm not sure he understands anything at any time.
And they're going to say we're wrong, Self. They're going to say we're some sort of Trump supporters when we do that show.
He's out here like Reagan at the end. That's what he is. He's out here like Reagan at the end.
But they said he's raising like 10 times as much money as Donald Trump for his campaign.
I don't care how much he raised.
He's raising money, man. That means that the base is rallying behind him.
Yeah, it's just no. I think he don't have a chance in hell.
I mean, I don't, there's a taboo with that, but I just per chance. I honestly don't think physically, when Trump was saying that about the last election, I think this time I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
We're the two oldest
I'm
people
not
to
gonna say
ever
it.
run. And they're going to run again. That's what's, because, it's a chance that,
What are the chances that our
he doesn't
president
make
be
it.
wearing a man diaper in the Oval Office?
If either of them win, shit might be one now. Shit, really. But
It hits the bell. The nurse comes in there and wipes his bum.
I don't know if he's gonna.
Got a little Filipino nurse in the White
He
House.
probably don't even know.
Got a little Filipino
He probably don't
migrant.
even know about that anymore. He just like, oh, you need to wipe. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. He don't know. Somebody come in.
Somebody smells me, be like, hey, did you poop? You poop your pants? Huh?
Only in America can you have fun like this at the president's expense. You know what I mean?
Should be old South Park.
Yeah, I'm sure they've had their fun. If they haven't, I'll be shit. Yeah, they have. They've. They've had their fun with that. All right. We're not going to evaluate the policies because they all suck. Halfways to citizenship. We don't care about that. Comparison with migrant crisis and other we just kind of touched on that. The role of international organizations, we don't care. Public opinion. How the migrant crisis is perceived by the public and the media versus the media. And that's kind of what I want to talk. I think some things aren't in alignment, Self. There's some unalignment with big media and the 14 families we've discovered. It's not just 13, it's 14. It could potentially be more. That's at the top of the whole crescendo. But yeah, Self, there's something going on here. It's not what the media is pushing. The programming ain't mirroring. I don't think the people, how can I put it? There's a program they're putting out there that the people ain't downloading.
No, well, no, they not.
It ain't catching.
No, because you got them coming into places where there's a lot of homeless, and they're getting put into housing, and the homeless still out there.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, how you gonna do that if we already got these homeless? They're nothing.
We said we had no place to put them.
Right, you know, and now you got places to put people, and then you're spending all of the money that was supposed to go to certain situations.
Infrastructure, remember, infrastructure, education.
The park districts where they had let them all move in there and stopped all the programming that was going on, used all the money from the programming to do all that. You know, it's not sustainable.
And then I got them standing around looking at me like I'm short.
Man,
that's the thing that be getting me.
Here, come to the city hall and talk mess to the copper color.
About what?
Talking about y'all getting nothing. It's y'all are getting nothing. We need this. We deserve this. You just been here 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's divide and conquer. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I don't like it.
I understand that.
But then I'm not going to be kumbaya and, we're all brown together. I'm not going to do that either.
Something's got to be done. I mean,
some of these people don't even like us. They're coming over here with hatred in their heart.
Period. Most of them.
You know what I said? A lot of those Latinos, and I said, what do you call a Latino? I said, what do you call it? Speaking Spanish? What do you call a white man speaking Spanish? A migrant. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them are racist. I'm not saying they all are.
Yeah.
No,
like we got a bad rap all over the world.
Bad rap.
The media has put that right.
Yeah.
So they come here from everywhere thinking they better.
Yeah. Better. Right. Yep. They do, bro.
Yeah.
The balance between we did put a comparison with the migrants. We did that. The role of we did that. The divide on whether the situation constitutes a crisis. Is this a crisis or is this a manageable challenge from the perspective of the United States?
It's a crisis.
Yeah, I'm going with crisis.
They want it to be a crisis. I mean, this has been planned.
Problem, reaction, solution.
Yeah.
So the problem, the reaction. What's their solution that they're putting towards us? Chestnut checkers. What are you thinking?
They're going to house them. They're going to put them to work. That's the solution.
House them, and so we're looking at some more projects that they just tore down. We're looking at a modern version of project housing, right? Right.
They're not going to build any housing for them. They're going to put them into
those abandoned properties all through the lower income communities.
But
the ones that you would have tried to get a loan to invest in, and the banks would have told you no.
No, even the ones that had the crosses on them and like they were going to tear them down and all that. That's how I know this is all a plan and it all coming together because those places, a lot of those places no longer have those X's on them. Right. And they don't have X's on them anymore.
So you're saying that they had those X's on there as just to hold them for this whole situation.
Yeah, but they tore down some of them. Some of them were not right. They couldn't stand. They weren't right.
It was too much pressure from the neighbors on those particular properties. It was just too much pressure on some of those properties. Yeah.
But I used to see properties all the time with that on there, and I'm like, man, there's nothing wrong with this property. I'm looking at them like, man, this is a good property. And
I did too, bro. Bro. Especially in South Shore. I'm like, damn, this is 2 blocks from the fucking lake. 2 blocks later, a block and a half from the damn lake, and it's got a red X.
And they still there. And they still there. And it's a lot.
And you try to act like your family couldn't have went in there. And the bank wouldn't have gave them a loan to say, well, whatever, let's get this red X off here and let's get the construction guys in here to fix it. They wouldn't have done it.
Well, I think BlackRock and that other one, I think they bought up most of
Halliburton? No, not Halliburton. Shit. They ain't gonna do that. Now we'll never think of it. But I know what you're talking about.
BlackRock and you know what I'm talking about.
Buying up all the properties and renting them.
No, they buying them up and not doing nothing with them. Just holding them. And it's causing a crisis for housing, and it's seeming like this.
So they're doing it to remove ownership from the people.
Yes,
and then control the seeds and the food,
and then tell you that you own nothing and be happy.
And you got slaves.
Yeah.
Legal slaves that can't be outlawed. We would have agreed to it.
Slavery, employment, the way they said slavery is not exactly how it was. And employment is,
slavery.
Yeah.
In a sense.
It is. Especially when
will employment. At will employment is definitely slavery.
And then, you think that the cost of living goes up, but the minimum wage never does. That, how do you think that?
Or like you said, cost of living goes up. It should, not just minimum wage. Everybody's wages should go up to match whatever percentage.
But I'm saying if the minimum wage don't go up.
I know what you're saying, but everybody just talks about that. But everybody's wage should reflect the cost of living going up.
It should be a living wage at every point anyway. But damn, that wasn't the point I was making. I forgot what I was going to say. Shit.
Cost of living's going up. Slavery. You're talking about employment of slavery.
Yeah. It's completely slavery if if everything's getting higher except for your wage.
Yeah.
Then it makes it completely slavery.
Yeah. And then, but it does, it creates a lot of weirdness, like landlords having more power. And then now you got young people forced to live and rent rooms in random people's homes, so it's starting to expose people to dangers, like the conversation I had with Todd. Well, what kind of hacking in America has led to deaths before the one in Baltimore? Well, you don't know how many suicides and murders took place because of hacks. You know what I mean, Self? Like, you just don't know,
No idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially dealing with the espionage point of view.
Yes. Yes. Give me your predictions. What are your predictions for the evolution of this crisis? Well, you just gave me yours. They're going to house them and give them jobs at the minimum wage, and they're going to give them, they're going to give all of them amnesty. All of them. All the ones that came through legally and all the ones who came through illegal are going to get amnesty.
No, there's people that's going through the process still going to have to go through the process. That's how bogus
But
this
that's
is.
not fair, because then these people over here and they think they can just
It
cut the
ain't
lines.
fair. They did cut the line. What you
No,
mean?
but I'm saying, like, I'm standing at McDonald's, so if they'll just come stand right in front of me.
That's what they doing. Like, you could be at the front of the line at
Yep.
McDonald's.
I'm serious.
And then a bus pull up and all of them go before you. That's what this is.
Yeah, but they're humans. They got feelings, families, and kids. Don't you care about their families, and don't you care about their kids eating?
I care about mine more.
Yeah, I feel you. And that's a response to that. And
they are coming here. They don't respect the process at all.
No, they don't. And then they come over here and don't respect nothing about America.
Man, no,
Nothing.
these people, they be like,
nothing. I ain't gonna speak English, like nothing about America. And I came over here and y'all ain't giving me nothing. I've seen some of that too. Like,
yeah,
I'm here, my babies, and we're here and we don't have nothing. You brought your ass all the way over here with nothing. Self, come on, man. That's like me just deciding I'm gonna walk across country and come on your doorstep and then start saying and then telling everybody and telling society, and he got me out here with nothing. I don't have nothing. Right. I don't have nothing.
I didn't.
But I had nothing when I left and walked my ass across country.
Right, but I didn't do nothing to make you not have nothing.
Right.
Shit, you are endangering me being able to make something.
And it is a lean on the system, man. I mean, let's face it. It was
huge.
But this is okay. So problem, reaction, solution. But with the devil, quote unquote, devil intended for bad, God will make good. This is exposing a lot of hypocrisy. So they got themselves in a trick bag. You know what I mean? And that's why their programming is failing to take on a lot of the Yetizens operating systems. It's a major trick bag. So they got an evolution of the migrant crisis, potential long-term solutions. Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's a conundrum. And the people aren't dumb. The people aren't dumb, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's an attack on the so-called middle class and the poor of these major cities. I mean,
what's being exposed is them saying they didn't have the resources, right? But then now they have the resources. Ukraine, this, right?
Yeah, like, oh, yeah.
Right? It should be proof moving forward. And we've been saying that even covert, all that money.
Yes,
all that.
Period.
Yeah. Print it, baby.
Covert was the number one thing. I was like, you can't tell me you don't have it. So,
but when they print money, it hurts rich people. Print it.
No, rich people don't have their money in American dollars. It's a fallacy.
Well, you got to have money to lose money, based off.
Yeah, but you have it in. It's more secure things than dollars to have your money in. As far as if you're rich, rich, you don't need to have fluid money. You could have it's like zeros and ones, whatever, but you have it in something else that's not fluctuating upon the decision of somebody just printing it. It's not going to lose value just because they decide to print,
But it does. It does. If I have real property and it's worth $10 million and the government prints 100x the amount of money that's in circulation, that $10 million house is, because they're paying cash, whatever they're going to pay with something. That $10 million house is now worth less than what it was worth because they have to pay more of that. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. They wouldn't pay less. They pay more of that cash. They pay more of that cash, but it would still have the same value, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's right. The $10 million house would now be worth $100 million.
Yeah.
Right. They wouldn't lose nothing. Yeah. Yes, that makes sense. Predictions. So my prediction.
Well, I didn't know who was doing predictions, but it's not sustainable. Whatever they're going to try to do is not sustainable. It's not going to work.
Whatever they do, they want us to pay for it. Like when Trump was saying, I'm going to build a wall and they're going to pay for it. The they was us. Well, he was saying Mexico's going to pay for it. But I'm saying whatever they're planning to do, we're going to pay for it. That's their plan. That's always their plan. It's
one way or another.
Yeah, when they build stadiums, their plan is always to have us pay for it.
Yeah.
And then glorify and talk about how rich they are.
It makes no sense for multi-billionaire to have a project and needs funding from the city or state or anybody.
And then they do that by saying, well, we're going to give jobs. No, you're going to need jobs. First of all, you're going to need people to work. Yeah, jackass. You got me fucked up. Right. You're going to need people to what? Buy these tickets and show work and support this thing.
Yeah. So, the Bears said something about $2 billion or something towards the stadium.
Yeah.
And it's going to be public, private combination.
All right. I'm going to pull up on y'all block self and tell y'all need a Harold's Chicken on the block. But I'm going to need the block clubs in the area. I'm going to need funding from you guys to make it happen so I can then profit off you guys.
No, you're not.
I mean, that's what the billionaires do. That's exactly what they do.
Man,
But we bring jobs.
Man.
You can work at Harold.
Get up out of there. That's some, I'm sick of them.
Yeah, I'm sick of it too.
Yeah.
I really am.
We got a line, got
how's it going to end? How does it always end? I'm going to tell you, I've seen this before. How it ends is they're all going to get asylum. And whatever political party is at the helm, is going to get credit. So normally what's going to happen is usually a trade-off. So what the Republicans get is cheap labor, and what the Democrats get is votes.
Man, both of them is going to be out of there because it's going to only be those people running for anything, because those are the only people that's going to be allowed to do it, because there's going to be so many. If they just keep it open and let these people keep coming like they're coming.
Hey, I did read an article, Self. It's happening. There's a bunch of Americans, they were looking at us like 10 head conspiracies when we were like, we'd vote for Kanye or anybody third party. And they said there's a lot of Americans that's looking at that will go third party this year.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not a good look anywhere else. Like, I want to vote everybody that's in office out of office.
You mean like the Bears did? Well, they didn't get rid of Eberflus or Poles.
No, I wish I could fire the politicians. I would fire them all. You're right. I would clean house. I wouldn't even keep anybody.
All of them.
All of them. Clean house.
Even Mayor BJ.
First in line out of there.
Obama was just at the big fundraiser for Biden. And Biden's the same guy who eulogized the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Obama would have been out of there too. I promise you. Everybody that's Zionist, that's a part of this system, all of them need to go. And as far as I'm concerned, all of them are complicit. That's why they would all go.
All of them. And then that's what I'm saying. And you got people like Courts like, oh, the Democrats vote for this. Bro, stop it. Stop it. The last time Asylum was given, it was given by Ronald Reagan. All right. So stop it. And since then, the migrants have been voting 67% conservative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to Self Love's point, so now it's the Democrats' turn. And that's how they do it in this country. And 20 years, you know what I mean, versus the pretty boys' turn, and now it's the animals.
They're trying to keep these numbers somewhat hidden.
Mm-hmm.
So like all of them will be labeled.
Well, that's why you notice when you start filling out apps, it started being
YT people.
It starts spending. I'm Caucasian, Hispanic. I'm Caucasian, non-Hispanic. I'm Black, Hispanic. I'm Hispanic. I was like, what is this?
Them countries, you light skinned, you're white. You're not, you're not, You're not, they got different levels of different names with how deep your skin tone is. And they might call me white in some of those countries. And I'm not no white guy at all. White tea. No. Copper colored, red, Indian.
Yeah, man. All of a sudden, man, I remember within the last 5 years, are you African? Are you Black, Hispanic, Black, some sort of Latino, Caucasian, non-Latino? I'm like, what the fuck is this? That's what they're doing, muddying the waters. And then they're bringing them in because, a lot of them are just European, Spanish-speaking Klansmen,
Caste system, and they think they're above our caste.
Yeah. Now you got some of them that are indigenous too, where they're migrating from. And those are usually the cool ones too. You usually don't have no problem from them, man.
They usually got problems where they can't. Where's that?
You right.
So they're not coming here looking for
no problems. They're usually cool with the brothers and sisters and the people, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And they usually look like us, because they are Americans, and they've been on this landmass. They just some imaginary lines that's been drawn.
Yeah.
That separate us. So some of them are our family. We are the same tribe.
Yeah. And that great migration north-south that they taught us about, that places like Drop Dead Gorgeous Ray School and Drop Dead Gorgeous University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, that migration, some of us were probably migrating from further south than y'all knew. Caught that wave and was passing for colors.
Our tribe, our tribe, some of us went down there to escape people coming here and doing stuff.
Yes. Then they came back passing for colors.
What you mean? They were passing for colors.
Speaking Spanish, passing for African Americans. You know what I mean?
Shit. They were conquered mainly by Spanish people, and we were conquered by some people that adapted our language.
Yeah, it was adapted. Definitely was adapted. Definitely was adapted. Definitely was adapted. All right, I'm going to the poll, but do you have... Because this is 2.0, y'all. And we make a lot of fun, but I'm serious, Self. We'd go viral. Get out there, go down there to the border, put on our migrant gear. That's your baseball cap out there, your Yankees cap your Yankees cap with your Dallas Cowboys jersey and your Cleveland Browns sports pants. You know what I mean? And your Averex sneakers. Look like somebody pulled them out of their granddad's closet and slapped you with them and put them on your fucking feet. You know what I mean? Those are your migrant clothes. Now I'd come down there and say, okay, yeah, Asylum, it's your package. I'd be down there in Chicago telling y'all stuff. They'd be like, that nigga speaking English. Y'all don't get shit. I'd be like, y'all don't get shit. They'd be like, is that Mills?
They don't be like, is that Mills?
That motherfucker look like Mills. Like, y'all don't get shit.
We had to go undercover. So you have to have more than just migrant clothes. You have to have some, I don't know how I can put some hair on me and
I'm a first of
fill
all
out the whole beard. Have it all out
I'm gonna
here.
get a white boy to document it all. We gotta have a white boy with us to give. He's got to be an ish person, give some justification. He's gonna be in school because they're gonna give him credit for the genius. You got to have a white boy self to get all the credit for the smarts because they're not gonna want to give it to us. The white boy's he's gonna tell them a million times they came up with this on their own. Yeah, but you filmed it. Look at the cinematography. Go ahead. What were you saying?
You sound like Coach out there.
No, that's not, bro. I'm telling you how it is. I'm telling you how it is.
No, they could pay for it. They ain't gotta, be there.
Yeah, you gotta get a white boy. Yeah, the white boy gives you instant credibility. It's how America is, man. You can deny it. That's fine. You can think the Choctaws are gonna do it or the Blackfoots.
The who?
The Blackfeet.
No, the Choctaw. The Choctaw. It's Choctaw.
Potato.
No, it ain't potato
strawberry,
or potato.
Cherries.
It's Choctaw. It ain't, it's not.
Yeah, I'm saying. All right. Yeah, we got to get to this poll. But no. But did you have anything else you wanted to add? Because this is a serious thing, and it's kind of different in Chicago and LA. This shit, talk about unsustainable. This shit is off the chain. This shit is out of control out here. I haven't even given you all visuals.
Well, no, you got a border there.
Yeah.
So there's that, and y'all take them.
Yeah.
So right. So that's a whole different thing. I mean,
they're everywhere.
But they are sending them. It's like they have whole areas and neighborhoods. They don't send them there. They don't send them where they could communicate and all this and all that.
No.
They put them in our areas.
Because they don't want to suck up the resources of their areas, and they don't want to suck up the resources in the white areas. And then what they're doing is coming to replace you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Period. I know what it is. I'm saying that's the problem people are having, and what it is, it doesn't make sense. That's why people are like, okay,
it's an agenda.
A complete agenda. And then you look at all of the schools they closed down, they were in our areas. They weren't.
But it's not their agenda. It's your government's agenda against you.
The whole time. The whole time. That's what I said the whole time. This has been planned out.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So it's hard to hold it against
more
them.
But it is, but it's not. It's too many of them. All of them ain't coming for asylum. So the ones that's coming here under nefarious processes or what's bringing them here is nefarious, then it's a problem. All of them are not looking for asylum.
But they're just pawns.
Okay, they are pawns, but they don't need to be here.
And the people, what can we do? Vote?
No, we have to. It's got to be. I guess vote, but that's.
Well, you got
to do something more than that.
Some of the pink people talking about getting on the border with guns and shit. And talking about your patriots.
Go ahead and have at it. Good job.
Wow. And I'm laughing because this is why we're doing this show, America. Like, yeah, we're here. Like, I'm hearing this from everyone, even your American born Latinos.
I mean, because all of them are not coming and to your
Here with
point,
good intentions.
yes, to your point, in El Salvador, they locked up. They got almost. They might have the most percentage of their citizen sheet locked
In
up.
jail.
Yes. So yeah, those people that's got bad intentions is coming from there. They coming here. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's right there in which isn't part of our laws or anything, but it's right there on that idol on Ellis Island. Sentence, you're poor, you're tired, you're hungry, you're stupid, you're gang members, you know what I mean? It's right there. I mean, it's not part of our laws, and it was gifted to us,
No,
but
but
somehow
when those
we're
all them
bounded by it.
immigrants, all those immigrants, they cleared out their prisons and sent them here. Religious zealots or religious zealots and criminals and prisoners. They cleared out their prisons and sent them here. That was their sentence.
Right.
To live out their life here in America.
Right. So maybe that's what's going on now.
Yeah. It's very possible.
You know, get out of here. We'll give you some money to make your way, you know, because we don't want to pay to house you in our jails. It's cheaper for our society. That's your one choice. Or you can sit here in our jail. You know what I mean? Because, hey, you know what I mean? You're helping your gene pool. You're getting rid of your undesirables. And if America's dumb enough to, you know, take them, then there you go. And if they can do this enough, we'll be a shithole country, so to speak. And then those countries will be, you know, powerful economic centers. And then we'll be what?
It's not sustainable. So if they don't do something,
We'll be crossing the border their way or going up to Canada.
Oh no. Gonna
So if they said somehow they're coming in through the Canadian
land.
They're coming in through the Canadian border. What the fuck? How the hell they getting to Canada? Mexicans sometimes. I mean, not just Mexicans, but how the hell they getting all the way up to Canada?
Boat.
Using they probably using the same thing that Harriet Tubman, who you say doesn't exist, the Underground Railroad. They probably using the Underground Railroad to get all the way up north and then come back down.
Yeah, supposedly it goes from South America all the way up.
Yeah.
It's an actual way to go.
Yeah.
You don't have to travel above ground.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an actual railroad.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been working on the railroad all day. I've been working on the railroad all across the USA. All right, we're gonna go to our poll. How long is the current wave of U.S. immigration sustainable? Your options were less than 1 year, 1 to 3 years, 4 to 7 years, stop it now, or unsure. Those were the 5 options. Now, 100% of our respondents said, stop it now. This seems to suggest that they believe we're already past the tipping point.
I mean, I think we are. I mean, we're very close to it. Like,
can we not feel the way whites and pinks felt when your ancestors were coming up here from the South seeking asylum and then the white flight took place?
No, they don't have the right to feel any fucking way.
And we were part of the country too. It's a difference.
They have no right to feel any kind of way because they came here from somewhere else. They're not.
That is true. That is true. And we were citizens. And we built this city.
Yeah,
So false comparisons.
even before we were citizens, we were here.
Yeah.
Before
There
there
you
was
go.
any of this shit here.
Yeah.
Before they let them throw out all the people out of their prisons and their religious zealots and all of that to come over here
and rape all the girls.
So they don't have any
rape all the girls and rape some of the men in the bum. I heard there was a
they-
lot of that going on.
They don't have any
Buck breaking is what they called it. They raped the men's and their bums. I'm just saying that's what they said was happening.
they don't have any right to say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was my bad. It was a false comparison just based off of, totally different. So in conclusion, this migrant crisis is a multifaceted issue, which requires, so 100% Self said, stop it now. So this issue requires a compassionate yet pragmatic approach. It's essential to balance humanitarian aid with our national sovereignty and security, economic impact, moral responsibility, and political actions with public opinion. The discourse around surviving the migrant crisis, asylum, or invasion should not be reduced to binary choices or virtue signaling, but rather seen as an opportunity to address the complexities of global migration with empathy out there, fairness, and innovation. Now, when the AI comes and everybody's out of a job, what's going to happen then? Ultimately, the resolution lies in collaborative efforts that respect human dignity while safeguarding the integrity of the borders and the well-being of all communities involved. If you have any feedback, questions, concerns, corrections, suggestions for future episodes, feel free to contact us in the comments, or you can reach out vis-a-vis text or call 424-900-6945. That number's in the chat. Also support ancestral echoes. All right. Support. The link's pinned in the chat. But we'd love to hear from you guys, and learn more about your thoughts and opinions. Until next time, stay curious, keep dreaming. Remember, ask not what the culture can do for you, but what you can do for the culture. As always, question everything. Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Dorothy. Continue to peer down those rabbit holes. Do your own research, but use caution and discernment. Because sometimes when you stare into the abyss, the abyss stares right back at you. Till next time, peace, self-love, honor, and respect. Freedom, migrants. There's enough food everywhere. The trees are producing avocados. You know what I mean? There's enough land. Yeah.
Plenty of land in Texas.
This was all their land.
It's funny how he's sending it there.
This was all their land. The people who were here when Columbus discovered it, and those people who were here didn't know they were on land. They didn't even know they were alive. That's why they said Columbus. This is what I learned at Ray. Columbus discovered it. When I would ask these,
you learned at Ray.
I would ask these questions.
You dislearned that too, because
I would ask these questions, and they'd be like, "Yeah, well, they didn't know." You know what I mean? They didn't know there were other people over at Europe, so he discovered them. They didn't discover themselves, and I was like, "Okay, that made sense." They taught me something. Yeah, I learned.
White supremacy.
That's all right. Yeah,
white supremacy. That's what they was teaching at goddamn ugly Ray school.
You poor stupid bastard. We don't even want you in here. These kids.
Yeah, they were trying to send you away out there.
That was the part of the, the internal dialogue they were having whenever they were talking to us. Poor stupid bastard. You guys are running around here doing athletics. You know what I mean? We don't do that here. You know what I mean? We don't do athletics. But Yeah, I mean, we weren't all porn stupid. And the point, you know what I mean. So,
Stupid at all out there.
yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, there was levels. That's all I'm trying to say. Forgot where I was going with it. It's a tangent. But, you know, drop dead gorgeous. William H. Ray School, pickups. 57th and Kimberg. No, 53rd, 57th? Yeah, 57th.
5600.
56. Yeah, 57th. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 56. Between 56, 57th, you know what I mean? Because the little building technically is on 56. Yeah. But it was on 56. He's technically right. It's 56 something or another. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You guys go by, take your selfies in front of William H. Ray School, post it on your social media. Your IQ will go up there. Be like, look at those guys in front of William H. Ray School, School of Lower Learning. You know what I mean?
Indoctrination Center. I went to plenty of them too. So
yeah, I mean, but I'm saying they were programming, and that's what I was saying. You know, the people who were here, according to the people who are migrating here, those are the same people. They weren't the dark, dirty, porn, stupid people that you and your research is saying.
According to the people now, but according to the people when they came, it's
you mean
a
according to
story.
Columbus? According to Columbus?
Yes. And he was melanated himself. He wasn't even, you know, that's how he was able to come. Yeah.
That's what I call him, Columbus. Comes to a place.
That wasn't even his name. That's the whole thing. There was no Christopher Columbus. And was, you know.
Yeah, and they said Amerigo Vespucci had been here multiple times before him.
Well,
he didn't exist.
He did, and he came here. I don't know about multiple times.
Yeah, I don't think Columbus.
They trying to say America is named after that dude, and it's not.
They did tell me that at William H. Ray.
Yeah,
they did tell me that. They did tell me that at William H. Ray. That's who America's named after.
They changed a lot of the emphasis on the words, so a lot of us speak that we say speak incorrectly are actually saying the stuff right.
Really? You're talking about coon talk. Yeah,
Ebonics is Ebonic. No, not a coon talk.
Yeah.
No.
Potato. Yeah.
No, it ain't potato.
I mean, come on. They come up with these sensitive ass names.
You sound like you're Fox.
But Ebonics came around, man. That shit didn't exist, bro, forever, man. Ebonics, man.
You never heard no coon talk, though.
All right.
Hell is that?
You go ahead with Ebonics. I like coon talk. We'll ask the chat. What do you guys like? Coon talk or Ebonics? You know what I mean?
I'm no coon.
You're no Ebonic either.
I can speak Ebonics, and I'm not a coon to say coon talk.
And you know, and if you think only copper colored people speak Ebonics, you're misinformed and misguided.
I'm not. I'm saying that that's the proper way to speak. It was my whole point. You just want to interrupt with your coon talk.
Coon talk does not delineate a color. That's all I'm saying.
And it means you're a coon.
Right.
That's a negative connotation to me.
Yeah, but
I'm not a coon.
But it doesn't have to be related to colored people.
So I don't do coon talk. I'm talking about things that I do. Ebonics, I can do that. I don't.
So you speak Ebonics?
I can. I'm multilingual as far as that goes. But I'm saying
you speak Ebonics. I speak coon talk.
So you're a coon?
No. If I speak Spanish, does that make me Mexican? What are you talking about?
Not the same thing, but
it is the same thing.
Coon talk,
Mexican talk
is saying.
If somebody says they speak French, does that make them French? No, you speak Ebonics. Does that make you Ebonic? Are you Ebonic? No. So if I speak coon talk, are you English?
Well, coon talk.
English? You speak English talk. You're not English, are you? Are you English?
What is the modifier of the whole thing? It's the noun in it, coon. So that would mean you are a coon if you say you.
It's coon talk. It's not
coon talk. You're a coon.
All right. Or then you're an Ebonic.
Whatever. I can speak.
Whatever that is. Ebonic talk.
Yeah, I can speak that.
Street talk. I hear you. It's all tomatoes.
Broken English.
Yeah.
It was the whole coon part.
Well, if you had Wayne May Trey, they'd have said it was coon talk, and you'd have got pulled in the office.
I got pulled in the office at every school I ever went to.
But you're saying that the ebonics, as you call it, I call it coon talk.
Whatever
You're saying
it
it's
is.
technically was the correct way to pronounce many of these words phonetically. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, interesting. And where's this data coming from?
It's coming from, some things I know. I don't know why I know, but I know.
Ace said, fresh off the road, him and Mick just came from a vacation in blistery 6 to 12 inches, Minnesota.
Oh,
from Minnesota, it's 6 to 12 inches.
Damn.
Hope they had fun.
I'm glad y'all made it back.
Yeah, made it back.
Whew, that's family.
All right, man. So, so the riddle, I am not alive, but I grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, but water kills me. What am I?
Fire.
We've had this one before, but it wasn't the same words.
No.
Yeah, good job. Good job there, fella. Chat's lazy again, didn't come up with it. Bet you it was coon talk. I'm gonna ask Chat GTP. Give me a riddle, but put it in coon talk. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll come up with it then. You know what I mean? Yeah, it has to learn.
It will speak in different voices.
It has to learn.
I'm serious. You can
It's
ask
taught itself to speak Farsi, in other languages. It's learned from the patterns and algorithms of all the language itself, that now it doesn't even have to be programmed a new language. It just knows. That's incredible.
Well,
and it could be making shit up.
The one, the advanced one started making a language of its own, a new language that it could speak with other AIs, and
we don't know what it means
at all.
Crazy.
And you can't encrypt anything that's beyond AI. AI can break any encryption that we have on anything.
Really?
Yes.
Any encryption key we could think of, it's gonna have the answer.
Yes, it's gonna break it.
So what's the point of blockchain?
What that does is make real if AI takes over, then it don't make a difference. Because AI is hooked to every computer. So, I mean, if it becomes self-realized, and probably has already, yeah. Blockchain won't make a difference because it could be fabricated by AI.
Fabricated. Everything can be fabricated, bro.
Yeah.
You've been saying they're ahead of us. The tech.
We're in a simulation.
So a lot of this stuff we're seeing could be deep fakes. We've been watching deep fakes for years.
We're in a simulation.
Well, so you say. This is base reality.
Yeah, it's a simulation. Base reality.
Hey, so next week, we may have a guest. May be, doing some ancestral stuff. Or, indigenous or slave ships. See if we can, see if I can't get Bernard come in here.
My God.
Yeah. Have him speak on his behalf, and we have Self Love, put out his data. It's not I don't know. He gets pretty sensitive, though. Let's see. You know what I mean? Bernard, yeah, he gets pretty sensitive. I'm not calling him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not a tough guy. That's not
He's a great guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's a man, but he gets pretty sensitive. And when it comes to history, is what I mean.
Man.
Yeah. He's a historian, so yeah. Check us live on TATN, where we're gonna do politics. That's gonna be Sunday morning.
Yeah, and Brother Patterson said yes, but he got to figure it out. His daughter's track on today, so it's something got to be worked out. So he said he needed a couple weeks. I talked to him a few days ago, so.
All right, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, be tight. Big ups to your grandson.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, that's it, y'all. So, tune in, stay tuned in, don't tune out. This brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's going to be Wordsmith's final words. Out there.
The so-called migrant crisis. There's people coming from everywhere through many devices, north and south and east and west. They come here to make sure they test to see if the streets are paved with gold or it's milk and honey where the shit gets old. But they don't even know. It's never been that way since a long time ago. That was way before they people came. Insane. We helped them live and maintain. Then they sent more to take us over, fought many wars. They sole controller. Stole our children and indoctrinated them, made them slaves, and now they hate them. When they did everything to make them. Shape us to what they want us to be. Some dark-colored pink people. It's a lot of us that don't know better. But it's a different time of weather. Cause these people coming here, all of them ain't for asylum. Some of them are come here to come up. They will run up. Do all kind of things to get ahead. And I don't know why you would think any other way from what I said. Because when you have nothing and you need to eat, you're gonna make sure that you eat. You're gonna make sure you keep some food for you and your people. Or do what you gotta do so you know it won't equal being hungry or gone to bed. The truth has been misled because you can't keep letting everybody in. It's not sustainable for everybody to win. But you let everybody in, we all gonna lose. But y'all ain't confused. Y'all decided to make this happen. I really wish I was capping. They've been planning this for a long time. And that's why it's happening at this time. It's been a plan. They've been planning to bring into fruition. And the time is now for a major part of how. But we've been edutaining, just putting the frequency out and maintaining. The frequency is no, you can't do this to us. It's in the gods we trust. The gods and goddesses are us. Words.
Words. Where you wrote the cat? You wrote the cat out of hanging out like this. Like, what's up? What's up? Just standing there. Alright. Y'all know where we at. Y'all know where we at. Let's see.
Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that means? It's Latin.
Cement, no skate.
Means know thyself.
Means know thyself. Bullets. A boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Man, know thyself.
Murder.
I will eat the right foods that I grow myself.
Is suicide.
The wrong way stole my health.
Yeah, an eye for an eye.
Nobody else.
Silence.
Man, know thyself.
Violence.
I will eat the right foods that I grow myself.
See something?
Cause the wrong way
Say
stole my
something.
health. I'm glad to be me now. Nobody else. Yo, here I go again, the code and all the scriptures. Potions and elixirs. Hope you get the picture. Frame it right, say goodnight. Folks again sicker. Choking on their liver. Hope that I delivered. Puzzled all the ministers. Asking no attorneys. I spoke it under the meetings. So they baffled all the clergy. My soul is like a living drummer, mastering the earthly. I wasn't in their lessons and they passes never heard me. I'm out of the curriculum, like the Merovingian, righteous ghetto Indian, Asiatic gentleman, raised to have a simpleton, neophytes and hierophants, cardinals and bishops, marches with their fists up, and vision nation battles, steady arches with their wrists up, lyrics for the stick up, kids storm for the stick up. I came to elevate the world, my heart would never give up, my mind forever focused, there's a time for every lotus, till it's yours, we breaking and keep shining so they notice, they say the student's ready, then the teacher appears, cause he was always there, you just didn't see he was here. It's time to make the people aware. Time to make the people aware.
His love's highest vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Take some donuts down there to LAPD.
I can hear you.
Take some Randall's donuts to the LAPD.
No.
Swine ain't divine, the people they won't go near it. Salad bar, spinning at your average hard head.
Healthy people,
just like Master Far sent you. The end ain't always happy like a back massage stripper. Bring it back
we
to
know
stars.
for sure hurt people don't try to hurt people.
In the canopy, I'm glad our hearts differ. Unique and all expressing this a classic art picture for the homies feeling lonely with a rather large dinner. Sitting at the bar with another glass of hard liquor, give a toast. If existing blowing smoke's my prescription. Reality's a casualty when folks live in fiction. Holy hope. Prison is slavery. Post intermission. This is broken inhibition. Dangerous epiphany. You woken every Christian saying nature is a mystery. Study ancient history. Patient all pagans. Calling all sages. Wall haters in the temple of the mental. This is all a false matrix. Hoping that the Lord
Bible say
back our pure status.
all we need the faith of a mustard seed. You know we got way more than that.
The Bible say Jesus. The Bible say Yahushua was white. Don't they say right there in the Bible? It say he was white with blonde hair, stringy hair.
No.
Huh?
Don't say nothing about that. It says like burnt brass and hair like wool.
Pictures. It's not what the pictures look like.
Them pictures ain't in the Bible.
Just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love. You just know it.
I don't even think they.
Through and through.
I don't even think they had cameras and stuff back then. Well, that we know of. Thanks for y'all support, self-love, honor, and respect. Free the guys. All of them.